Okay, I think the sound is on now. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Say peace to everybody. They can't hear you with this in your mouth. Say peace and stop playing. 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 See, I thought you was gonna get on here and build. Huh? I thought you was gonna get on here and build with me, but you playing. You tell them your supreme mathematics. Say your supreme mathematics. Oh, so you gonna play today, huh? You gonna play today? Say equality. See, now I'm gonna have to sit you back there because you're not doing the right thing now. You're not doing the right thing. You wanna go sit back over there now? Here, I'll put you back over there. No. Okay then. If you're gonna be sitting up here with me, then you're gonna have to participate. Okay? Okay. Okay. Peace, y'all. How y'all doing today? I just wanted to come on for a minute and just build with y'all briefly about today's math. Say peace. Peace. They can't hear you with this pacifier in. They can't hear you with that in. Peace. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So today we're going to be building about equality. Say equality. Say equality. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. 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 So, equality. Equality. Let's go through the math. Say knowledge. Knowledge. Wisdom. What's after wisdom? Oh, you gonna be shy now? No. Okay then, what's up? What's up? Knowledge. They can hear, don't do that. Don't do that. You know it's at home, I tell you, don't do that. You don't have to do that. Huh? You don't have to do that. Microphones. Yeah, and you don't have to do that because you're making it loud. You don't want to break it. Okay? No bigger. Huh? No bigger. Yeah, you don't want to break it. No bigger. Yeah. What? So what's your supreme mathematics? No. Huh? No. Huh? 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 Okay, I'm gonna just say it then. Knowledge, wisdom. Gotcha. No, you forgot understanding though. Understanding, culture, power, equality, God, build or destroy, born, cipher. Okay, so today equality, which has a lot of different words connected to it, like fairness, cooperation, and sharing, and balance, and harmony. All of those different words are connected to equality. Equality is a compound word. And it has two words in it.
Guys.
Hold on.
So.
Yeah.
Two.
That's a stylist. Yep. Say stylist.
Stylist.
Show them the stylist. Cool. Yeah, so equality is sharing. Do you know what this is? What's this? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Huh? What is this?
Sticker.
Tape. Yeah. So sharing, cooperation, harmony. Say harmony. Say share. Say equality. Yep. Don't put that in your mouth.
Dada.
Yes.
Class.
Dada,
class.
Oh, I don't have the crayons up here. I didn't bring the crayons up here. I don't have the crayons up here. I don't have the crayons. Don't put, what did I tell you?
Class.
That stylus doesn't go in your mouth.
Right there.
Right there. So she's wisdom years old. Huh? Okay. Don't go too far. Stay right over here, okay? Huh? Did you want an orange or something? You want an orange? You gotta come up here though. Here. Come up here. So I did a video a while back, and I was discussing early childhood development and how at her age.
My age?
Yeah, your age. Your age. These formative years. Your age, yep. That the brain is becoming fully developed. And that's one reason why in our wisdom degree, our 22nd degree in one of 40s, we talk about Yaqub at the age of 6 and his determined idea being realized. That's what it's referring to as brain development. Because by the time you reach 6, your brain is 95% developed at that point. So she's going through a rapid growth spurt cognitively right now. And that's one reason also why it's important that mothers have a good diet and that they breastfeed, because that milk is for brain development. That's the Yep, that's the primary way that human beings develop. It's different than cattle or other different animals who are required to stand as soon as they're born. So their milk is higher in calcium and it's focused on the development of the physical body, because those animals have a lot of mass. As human beings, our development is more brain. So you see how she's mirroring Everything that I'm saying?
Almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because her brain, the synaptic connections are like firing like this. And once that formative process, eventually her brain is going to go through a process called synaptic pruning, where the synaptic connections which aren't as consistent or constant get pruned away. So in other words, from when a child is developing in a mother's womb and to the point where they're born, all the way up to those first years of their life, when they get ready to enter kindergarten, because it's a garden, that process is one of the most important processes of the growth and development, where you want to introduce them to a lot of different things, because you're literally constructing their brain architecture. So what does this have to do with equality? Going back to what I said about kindergarten, that is literally a garden, and that is when a lot of ideas are implanted within a child's brain, because that is at the point when their brain is 95% developed and they have already started to go through the process of synaptic pruning. So not only does that kindergarten start them on an academic trajectory, but a social emotional trajectory too. So our children have to be prepared before they're introduced into that social emotional environment. And one way that we can prepare them is to share. Equality. To expose them to things equally, to make sure that those ideas and that exposure and experience literally becomes a part of their brain architecture. Making sure that they're read to on a consistent basis, getting them around things that you want them to be familiar with. Fruits, vegetables, taking them places. I know it's difficult under the circumstances of this global pandemic, and there are restrictions on travel and gatherings. Creative in a way where you're able to find those spaces that you can expose your children to, especially nature, because you are in the role of being a brain architect. So equality, 6 in our mathematics, corresponds to Yakub being at the age of 6.
Orange?
Yeah, we have to save another orange for lunchtime, okay? Okay. Yakub at the age of 6 realized his determined idea. So 6 is a key concept, now 20 or within our tradition, but it's highlighting that process of brain development or early childhood development, and the importance of making sure that we deal in equality with our children, and making sure that they have access to various different ideas that are part of constructing their brain architecture. Because not only does it set them on an academic trajectory, but it also sets them on a social emotional trajectory. So if you notice, that's why when children are at that age, the emphasis on sharing and cooperation is very important. Children start to learn about sharing and cooperation when they're in kindergarten, but that's something that you could expose them to and introduce them to earlier than that. So equality is 3 and 3. That's understand and understood. Yes. Come back around here. I got you. Yeah, come back around here. I got you. She wanted some. There you go. Sanitizer. So 3 and 3, understand and understood. One of the things that I was thinking about this morning is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. And it talks about trusting in the Lord and leaning not unto your own understanding. And the reason that is key and that's important is because, especially in the 5%, a lot of times there may not be a sense of equality or balance or homeostasis or fairness amongst some 5%ers, because you have some that consistently advocate the idea that that's my understanding. That's just how I see it. And typically that perspective is a person leaning unto their own understanding, where that understanding is not actually invested in striving to be understood or for others to actually understand the perspective that they're coming from. So when there's not understanding understood, there's not going to be a sense of equality. So in other words, some people are just fixated on how they see things. They don't really care about another person's perspective. So if it's just all emphasized on how you see something, that's not going to be understand and understood. That's not going to be equality. So that's ultimately what that degree is talking about in terms of the Bible. When it says lean not unto your own understanding, you have to really be open and mindful of other people's perspectives, because that is how you can get to the point where you're able to cooperate and share perspectives and to establish a sense of harmony. Right? So one of the things that's important to keep in mind is when a person says that standing, it's usually something that is to their benefit. I was building with Brother Sincere about this the other day. When a person is always talking about that's my understanding, that's how I see it, that's how I see it, usually it's something that's to their advantage, which shows you that they're leaning because it's not a sense of objectivity. It's not neutral. It's not fair. Because if you're really dealing with understanding or seeing things for what they are, not what they appear to be, sometimes what you literally see is not something that is to your advantage. And that's just being honest about it. Sometimes what you see is not something that gives you an advantage. Sometimes it's to your disadvantage. And if you're honest and open about that, then you realize that it's about understanding and not your understanding. It's not something that you're leaning to. So if you're looking at things for what they are, not what they appear to be, there's always going to be instances where, in all fairness, some things just don't work in your favor. And that is one of the reasons why equality consists of understanding and being understood. Thank you. Does that make sense to y'all? If you're leaning onto your own understanding, it gives the illusion as if things work in your favor all the time. And that's how people talk. But if you're really dealing with understanding or seeing things for what they are, not what they appear to be, sometimes things just simply don't work in your favor if you're being honest about it. So in order to have that objective perspective and to be neutral in that sense, you really have to be honest and open. Okay, put it back. I see. You really have to be honest and open about the information that you're being exposed to and be open-minded to what somebody else is saying. It is in that space where you're able to establish a sense of equality or to cooperate or to share. If you're just thinking about things the way you see it and somebody else is just thinking about things the way that they see it, there's not going to be any level of equality because you're not sharing. You're not even sharing perspectives. Right? So trusting in the Lord and leaning not into your own understanding is important, because being open and objective and neutral, being honest and in all fairness, welcoming the perspectives of other people and listening, learning, and striving to information aligns with where you stand, gives you an opportunity to really see things for what they are and not to be caught up in what they appear to be, what you want them to be, what you wish them to be, what you hope them to be. No, you have to be able to see things for what it is. And sometimes things are not to your advantage. And it is only through being accepting and open to that you're able to put yourself in a proper position to navigate different challenges and circumstances. So, Anusha, come say peace so we can go. Because we got to get ready to open. Come on. What about building in truth and righteousness? That requires the same posture. Because truth and righteousness is all connected. So when I initially started talking about equality, I was talking about some of the synonyms or words that are associated with equality. So look at this. Equality is also balance. It's fairness. Fair is connected to justice. Justice is connected to jurisprudence. Jurisprudence is connected to being just. Just is connected to being right. Right, just. Righteousness. That's also connected to truth. All of these words are interconnected and interrelated. You can't have a sense of equality and not be connected to the truth. You can't be not connected to the truth and say that you're about righteousness. All of these things are interrelated. All of them are interrelated. You can't say that you're fair and then not say that you deal with equality. It's people who say things like that really don't research and study. Because if you did, you realize that there are a lot of different synonyms or connections or gradations or nuances to various different principles. There are nuances. So when you look at a word, study the synonyms, study the connections. So let me give you another example. Wisdom means right discernment. Right is the prefix to righteousness. Right, just. Just is a part of jurisprudence or discernment because discernment is judgment. All of these things are connected. But when people are not really doing research and studying, they may not see those type of connections. And the fact that in order for you to have a sense of righteousness, you have to have a sense of equality because they're all connected. In order for you to have that sense of equality, you have to have a sense of harmony or be committed to balance or homeostasis. So all of these things are connected. And there's no way to talk about one of the things without seeing the various different connections to it. And if you go through my videos, that's one thing that I consistently communicate, consistently. Because sometimes people have a very limited perspective of what something is. And because they're looking at it in a limited way, they are not open enough to see the larger perspective of what it is. So just wanted to come on for a minute. If I get another chance later on today, I'll get back with y'all, but I get ready to open. So I'll be with y'all later.